Electric Jerry Hendriks.
One more and more people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for. One more and more people just want more and more freedom and love. What he's looking for. Freed from desire, mind and senses purify it. Freed from desire, mind and senses purify it. Freed from desire, mind and senses purify it. Freed from desire. Na 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 na
Jerry Hendriks muss eine ziemlich hohe Hürde nehmen, denn jetzt kommt die Nummer 17 der Welt. Ein neunmaliger WM-Teilnehmer. Der Kerl hat 2 PDC-Titel in seiner Karriere gewinnen können. Und er ist der Rockstar Joe Cullen. Match Nummer 3 bedeutet, wir haben einen neuen Caller hier oben auf der Bühne, der Calculator Kirk Bevins.
Well, Kirk Bevins introduced to the stage, and we had the surreal moment there of seeing the Calculator looking on for Jerry Hendriks' walk-on, his first for nearly 2 years on the European Tour. I'm thinking, he's stolen my dance moves altogether. They are slightly more macho than Kirk's own, but very, very similar. That cannot be denied. Joe Cullen, the man that Jerry faces in this one. Cullen, a man who's come to Saarbrücken in the last couple of years, won his opening game on both occasions. But as we've seen so often on the European Tour, Joe Cullen is able to win and win well in his opening game and often his next game. Sometimes the game after that. But it all comes crashing down at some point for Joe Cullen. He is yet to win a Euro Tour title, and if he doesn't pick one up in the next few weeks or months, then you're going to have to seriously start asking the question, is it ever going to happen? When is it his time, Paul Nicholson? When is it his time?
Could well be this weekend. Why not now? Why not him?
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, it's Jerry to throw first. Game on.
Thing is, Dan, when you come through games like you did last week against Glenn Durrant, there's no reason why you can't do that against anybody in the world.
Well, Joe Cullen has put in some of the best displays we have ever seen on the European Tour, and he's done it not once, he's done it many times. But the worry for Joe is he is not playing as well now as he has been for the last couple of years. And even though we have seen him already this year go and get results, he made the quarterfinals last time out, he's made a semi-final on the tour, he's not playing anywhere near the stuff that we've seen from him. So things can turn, of course they can, and there have been some highlights. Obviously that win against Durrant was one of them.
Strange thing in darts sometimes is that you win titles not playing your best stuff, and then you play your best stuff and you don't win.
Well, maybe Jamie Hughes is about to find that out this weekend.
That was a great performance against Whitlock just now, because Whitlock didn't play poorly. He played arguably better than last week.
You make a very strong case for that. Again, further illustrating our point. Jerry, not only has he got Mensur Suljovic flights in,
100.
He has some of the most astonishing shoes that I've seen in this sport. There we go, Joe Cullen firing in the first maximum.
That's what you call a well-timed 180. Not in the leg, and then all of a sudden it changes after 3 perfect darts. Jerry played very well yesterday.
80.
But this is a Joe Cullen type finish to nick a leg. Likes double 16. Likes it even more now. Said it was very Joe Cullen. His game is all about leaving double 16 and getting it last dart. The amount of times he does it.
Well, the winner of this one goes through to face either Chris Dobie, who had a real struggle yesterday, or against Lucas Vainik. Paul Nicholson's just flexing the guns to illustrate his opponent. Massive arms, small head.
121.
But yeah, came through in that one, even though he's put under some severe pressure. Or Rob Cross.
Just one of many great games today. Cross or Dobie. This is no gimme. Jerry played very well yesterday against James Wilson. There were patches in there where I've not seen Jerry play that well for quite some time. He's always a guy that is brimming with confidence, exudes a lot of positivity, enjoys himself a lot up there. But he does tend to overthink things when you get to the end of matches. He was stuttering a bit yesterday and he fell across the line as opposed to running through the tape.
Yeah, it's been half a decade since we saw Jerry playing the full tour week in, week out as a tour card holder. But he's been on the Challenge Tour. He's played one weekend so far this year, made a quarter-final in one of those events.
It's not an easy thing to do, so we have to take notice of that. There's some very good players who don't get to that stage of a Challenge Tour. So maybe Jerry's just finding something in his game at this point. Can Cullen take a 160? Oh, that's a beautiful dart. Hello.
140.
He gave it the old swan dive.
60.
Well, very nearly producing a moment of magic, but as it is, Hendriks can break straight back here. Moves back to the centre of the oche to look at double 10. Chance, and the chance gone.
Can't do that against Joe Cullen. Punished. Joe will be thinking, if you keep doing that, Sonny Jim, I'm going to keep punishing you. A lot of visualization tactics were used yesterday by Jerry. He was closing his eyes and imagining himself planting a dart into a double before he was throwing it.
Do you know for sure that's what he was imagining?
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But I would imagine when you're in the midst of a darts match against a world-class player like James Wilson, that's what you'd be thinking about.
No, I can see the rationale. That's fine.
He wasn't visualising that bouncing out of the board. Joe's been quite sharp today so far. Good power in the arm, and the 180 count goes up to 3.
Well, Joe last year beat Luke Humphreys, then he saw off Daniel Larson. He only lost to the eventual winner, Max Hopp, despite a 98 average in the quarterfinals. The year before, he beat Vincent van der Voort at this stage with a almost 99 average. So then he ended up just being edged out by Benito van der Pas, who went on to make the final.
60.
But as so often has been the case with Joe Cullen in the Euro Tour the last 2 or 3 years, whoever beats him late on in the tournament, goes and makes the final or wins it. That's typically what happens.
33.
Great leg of darts, this.
Yeah, this is compounding the misery of Jerry Hendriks. Not only is Joe Cullen playing really well, but 2 bounce outs in this leg alone for Hendriks is making things very, very hard for him to climb the mountain tops.
34.
Little shake of the head from Joe there. Doesn't really need to show any negativity at that point. I know he wants to get rid of the leg as quickly as possible, but if you want to shake your head, do it behind your opponent. Don't give him any reason to think that you've got any weakness. 14 darts will do. And for someone who was very used to getting big averages on Saturdays in the European Tour, he's doing it once more.
Yeah, well, he's on the 100 average right now. 15, 16 and a 14 darter. But
85.
he is a man who has regularly posted those 107 plus numbers. And this little spell of Euro Tours back to back to back is a massive opportunity.
Well, next week we go to Austria, and it's almost like going back to the scene of the crime for Joe Cullen, because last year, as he gets his 4th 180 in 4 legs, he genuinely thought last year's tournament was his. He gifted Gerwyn Price a spot in the final.
100.
And Gezi, even though he played well in that semi-final, he should have lost to Joe Cullen. And Johnny Clayton went on to beat Suljevic in the other semi and win the title against Gezi. I've never seen Joe Cullen so upset after that match.
Yeah, he has had some huge disappointment. He's played some incredible stuff this last 12 months, but he's also had some big disappointments.
83.
What he has to keep doing is going through the same processes that got him those opportunities.
So a couple of big fives in this match, and that's okay because the majority of the other darts are hitting the treble 20. He's been way too good on the scoring for Jerry to handle.
Right, if you score in a 180 every leg, you may as well just say Cullen starts from 3-2-1 at the start of every leg. And he loves double 18, or at least he used to.
75.
He have a few demons with double 9 though. That double's cost him a few quid in the last 12 months.
Really has. Beautiful dart. Double 12 for a leg on the board. Oh, Jerry.
I think you're going to crack into the Springer chant there. Does he split or does he go? He splits. Double 8. Too close? Too jazzy. Fantastic adjustment from Cullen. 4 180s and 4 legs to the good.
But he has survived a couple of darts on both legs in which he's thrown first.
Tasty section of the draw, isn't it? And you've got Cullen, Dobie and Cross. Other games that you look at during the course of the whole day, it's a who's who. Clayton against Aspinall. That's a great game. Everts against Chisnell. Big score in there.
Well, this is the same quarter of the draw as
42.
Jamie Hughes, who we know what he can do. We've been seeing it all the way through this year. And Gerwyn Price, a man we've already mentioned,
60.
versus Steve Beaton. Now, with Cross, Dobie, potentially Cullen coming through this. Jamie Hughes sat there. Price or Beaton. I mean, whoever comes through that, you think is going to have to throw some enormous numbers. Because we saw Cross before he completely capitulated against MVG last week. He went 111, 105. Beaton, we know, can have those tournaments where he just goes and averages around about 100 or high 90s all the way through. Yoza is throwing incredible stuff. Gerwyn Price is playing the darts of his life this year. And even though he was poor yesterday, don't discount Chris Dobie, because it's a huge opportunity for him as well, as he looks to try and make it to the World Match Play for the first time in his career.
And he will be in Graz and Sindelfingen, so he's got plenty of opportunities, but if he can get a leg up this week, it will make things easier for him in the next fortnight. Yeah,
it's all well and good thinking, well, I've got 2 or 3 weeks here and 3 tournaments, but if you just go, well, this one's not so bad, then there's more pressure on the next one.
Yep. And especially after what happened last week.
Well, exactly.
134.
Oh, that's a great last start from Joe. Didn't even think about the treble 20 there.
Double. Oh, there's the first. And there's the next one as well. Jerry Hendriks, superb start.
Joe to throw first. Game on.
That used to be the kind of shot that would drive your opponent mad. You would think it was disrespectful. And you have to think back to the first person who started to do the double tricks. And I'd probably have to say it was Peter Manley when he went for double top bull on a 9 dart shot.
Well, look.
95.
Rod Harrington maybe, he like double doubles.
He went 45 tops, didn't he, for the old 1-2-5 checkout in the match play. I mean, look, there is a very strong rationale for double as a possible outshot, but Manley probably was being disrespectful.
Well, he did get caught on camera when it was his conduct was called into question.
95.
He was right in the middle of the camera saying, "Go on, give it large, son." It's not like he could say, "Well, I didn't see anything."
Yes.
93.
We see
pesky
you, Peter
cameras.
Manley. We see you.
Well, Joe Cullen did something a couple of throws ago that I would say to all the kids at home, don't try that at home. That's catching a dart out of mid-air. These are trained professionals, everybody.
42.
Still a bad idea, though.
Yes. Especially when you get a big bounce out and you see it in the air. Don't catch it. Do not do that.
Or volley it.
Seen somebody volley it and it went back on the board.
96.
That was unbelievable, Techers.
That doesn't count though, right? That's not a scoring dart.
No.
99.
Well, this game has been missing a big check out, a ton plus one.
57. Would have left tops. Seeing that route a lot more these days than the 18s for some reason. It's almost a fashionable finish at the minute, 1-2-2. Very conventional 60 coming in for Cullen though. And Jerry's agonisingly looking at the board, not giving himself any sort of chance. Will he get one? It's a great 20. Not close. And now Jerry gets the opportunity to get within 2.
Double top then. Jerry Hendriks, well, once again, every single leg where Cullen has thrown first, Hendriks has had darts to break him.
5s. Clipping the wires too much now on the wrong side. He's giving chances away and his demeanour is starting to wilt a little bit. Needs to find some positivity.
Surely he gets a break throw here. Jerry Hendriks deserves one with the way that he's attacked the Cullen throw. But he's not attacking the doubles anywhere near enough, I'm afraid.
Purse slips from Cullen. Not sure if that came out of his hand right. That one did. He's got the job done. Sometimes you've got to win ugly, Joe. There's been some great darts from you in this match, but you're scrapping well. You're getting enough chances. You can't expect to win every match with 105, 106 or even better. Sometimes you've got to do it the ugly way.
Well, true, but the difference appears to be with Joe Cullen. Even as he started this game, 4-1-8, he's in 4 legs, averaging 100 and in charge of the game, and then something goes wrong, it gets a bit scrappy. Whereas Joe Cullen from last year on the Euro Tour, the year before the Euro Tour, by this point the game is won. He's averaged 105 and he's already doing his interview telling Elmar how it's about time he won one of these and he deserves one, it's his time and he's going to go and beat whoever's put in front of him and he's not scared of anybody.
He looks a bit flat to me.
Yeah.
It's almost like someone's taken away some of his mojo and he's just not feeling it.
Well, I mean,
maybe he just needs to do a bit more Jerry. He needs to get up there and just have a bit of a jig or something.
Well, I'm not sure I want to encourage anybody else to be dancing like Jerry Hendriks on a regular basis. But, I mean, you can't fake confidence, that's the thing. And Joe, even though he has picked up some results this year, he has done so playing at a lower standard than we've seen from him on a regular basis. Now, 4 times on the Players' Championship Series, he's averaged below 80. Now, that was just unheard of for Joe Cullen the last couple of years.
60.
And I don't know what it's down to. And the advent of the Euro Tour, when he beat Euro Tour, turned up, and all of a sudden he started playing some decent stuff. And he thought, oh, well, that's what he wanted. He just needs some big stage darts to get back in the habit.
Well, this game isn't helping him because Jerry's playing at his own pace. He's being very deliberate. And Joe's the kind of player who likes to go round and round and round. Once he's finished, he likes to walk, and then constantly he's coming back to the hockey. He's being made to pause here from Jerry, and I don't think he's enjoying this match and the pace of it.
Well, he'll also have that thing that he should be over by now, and I've messed about. And Jerry messes about, and he can't see off the 105.
The amount of times Cullen has finished a match off with a decent finish like this is inordinate.
One in the ball. And he wins it 6-1 with a big finish. It's what this match was lacking. Not as convincing as you might have thought from the rock star, despite the 6-1 scoreline, but he will take on either Rob Cross or Chris Dobie in the next round of the German Darts Open.
Joe Cullen steht im Achtelfinale. Schönes Finish zum Abschluss. Applaus für Jerry Hendriks. Auch wenn er mit dem nicht ganz zufrieden ist, was er heute gezeigt hat. Er kann es besser. Das haben wir in der Vergangenheit immer wieder mal gesehen. Joe, wie geht's?
Wie geht's du?
Wie geht's dir? Joe hat mir erzählt, dass er sein Deutsch immer mehr verbessert. No, satisfied with the game? The scoring was actually good in the beginning. And then?
Ich verstehe nicht. Yeah, I thought I played okay in patches of the game, but Jerry didn't really turn up, to be honest. I was always ahead of him, you know, whether it be in a leg or in actual, you know, gameplay. But it was one of them. He didn't settle. I'm glad he didn't settle. It was easier than expected, put it that way.
And the 126 just feels good.
Yeah. Well, I was playing rubbish before that, so it's nice to finish it off with a decent one. But it doesn't matter if it's 126 or double one. It doesn't matter as long as you win.
So what's up with the German? Are you learning German?
I'm trying to learn German.
Really?
Yeah, trying.
Could you say something to the crowd? Ich liebe euch oder I love you.
No, I'm trying.
Tomorrow you say something in German.
Yeah, well, ich verstehe nicht, das was it. No. Ich heiße Joe. Ich wohne in Yorkshire and not German, but a German accent. I'm very happy to be here.
Und ich bin froh, hier zu sein. Joe Cullen, that's cool. Der Rockstar. Der sagt, ja, das war nicht das beste Match, aber Jerry hat auch echt nicht gut gespielt. Hat mir keinen Druck gemacht. Ich war irgendwie nie unter Druck und hatte keine Probleme.